Hey everyone, it's Stacy and Todd.
And Todd.
Okay, so we wanted to talk to you about DIY and what we learned or we are learning as we DIY or home renovate our own rooms versus flipping. Because with a flip, you're basically trying to beautify a home to make it more appealing to the masses. Whereas when you're doing a renovation or a DIY project for your own home, it's for you, right? So your taste comes through. So you're able to explore and experiment a bit more. So we upgraded our TV room. I don't know if you've seen our TV room beforehand. I'll show a little picture, but it used to be just a blank space. The color on the walls is Benjamin Moore Gray Owl. So that's very pale, but it has a green blue undertones. And it looks into the woods in one direction, this great big picture window here that you could see. And then on the other side, look at my stellar camera skills. We have this little interior deck that's basically a one season room, right? So we're just gonna be able to use it. So we changed the Gray Owl to this color, and it's called Adirondack, and it's by Behr, okay?
Adirondack blue.
Adirondack blue. So take a look at it. At first, I thought, this is gonna be really, really dark and darken the room. But being who I am, I looked at so many blues, and then read reviews about what they dried like, and this is a perfect blue. It does do exactly what it said, which was a calming tone, very kind of muted slate blue, and it plays well with the Gray Owl. So here's what we learned. Guys, initially this project was about these shelves. See these shelves? They were 36 inches. I had 4 36-inch shelves on either side. Watch out, Todd. And the whole idea was to make longer shelves. So from 36 to 48. And from there grew this big old project. Todd, what do you want to say about the big old project?
I think it's important for anybody doing something on their own is to really look at the job. So my wife has great ideas, and then I kind of look to see what is it going to take. It's more than just putting 2 new screws into the wall. I mean, you could use hollow wall anchors, but I was concerned because she might put books up there, something heavy. She's always changing things around.
I am.
So I wanted to open the wall and put in some blocking. So that's where this whole project started. And then it snowballed from there.
So yeah, what started out as just getting longer shelves, Todd used some reclaimed wood that he's been keeping in the backyard, and we stained them a chestnut brown. Is it chestnut?
I think it's English chestnut.
It's English chestnut. And yeah, I was like, yes, but now the wall. Since we're already at the wall, shouldn't we?
That's a good point. So when you're looking at a job, we have to take stuff down off the wall. You're gonna have to repaint everything. So number one, when you're looking at the wall that you're working on or the area that you're working on, what else do you want to do?
Yeah.
And do it then.
Yes, because you don't want to.
If you can.
If you can. So tip number 1, if you're gonna be doing wall stuff, plan for wall stuff that day or over the next couple of days. That way you don't have to take things off the wall and then go back and do more wall stuff. So in this case, he had to take down the shelves anyway and then install the longer ones. But I was like, wait, but I want to change the color. And then it became not just the color. I don't know if you can see behind the TV, we added some beadboarding and painted that because we wanted to add some texture to the wall. So the wall was pretty flat. So we painted that, and then we also painted the fireplace mantle and some of the surround in that same color. So all those decisions were not pre-planned. I went incrementally, which is not ideal, okay? You should think I would know better because I'm a project manager, but I was just like, yay, let's change things while we can.
I have 2 other things to keep in mind. When you beautify a particular area, it may make an area next to it look used. So be prepared. We were doing 1 wall, but now we're gonna have to paint the ceiling and paint the other 3 walls just to sharpen it up, make it match the sharpness of the new wall. And
There's
if
always
you're,
an and.
be prepared to do a few things twice. Here's a silly
Example.
mistake I made. Cut this wall out, put in the blocking, put back the wall, taped it, mudded, all that stuff. Looked down on the ground once I was done and saw that I forgot to put the insulation back in. So I had to take it back out. At that point, I destroyed the wall, had to cut a new piece of wall, which I was trying to avoid. Be prepared for that kind of stuff.
And not to mention life stuff. I mean, life is going to come at you. It's not like you can suddenly stop taking care of your kids, your animals in your house just because you're DIYing your room, right? You're doing stuff to your room. So I say add on some time for that. Those TV shows that just smack it out, not true, as we all know. And if you don't pre-plan, it could go on and on and on. So I think one big recommendation is to do things in a multi-phase way. Okay, so this week or these few days, we're going to do wall stuff. Elliot, that was Elliot. Next week, we're going to address this part and then so on, right? So that you give yourself phases instead of trying to eat the elephant all at once, so to speak. Let us know your experience with your DIY projects. This is ongoing. I haven't even changed the lighting yet. I'm adding a rug in here. We did all of this in a week. As Todd said, when you fix one thing, it just highlights all the other things that aren't fixed. So we noticed some grimy spots that we're going to have to touch up on the wall. So yeah, it's basically gilding the lily is going to happen next, and making everything look a little tighter. One last thing, whatever room you change, it affects the rooms next to it. So even like looking into this room now from the other rooms, it looks different. So you have to think about how do you carry your style throughout your house, throughout the other rooms. They don't have to completely match, but maybe you can continue like a color, continue some kind of decorator theme throughout, or texture. Just you have to have some kind of continuity. All right. So that's all for today. And let us know if you have any questions on how your projects are going. Thanks. Peace.
What are you doing, silly boys?